Hi boys and girls, today we're going to look at a lesson called Compare Weights. This is lesson 11.4. And if you look at here, we have a boy and he's holding a block in one hand and he's holding a book in the other hand. Okay, we're going to compare the weight of the objects. So we're going to use words like heavier than, or lighter than, or about the same weight to describe them. First we're going to put a circle around the object that is lighter. Okay. The block is lighter than the book, okay? The block is lighter than the book, and the heavier object is the book. The book is heavier than the block, so we're going to put an X on the book, okay? Now, on the next page, we're going to look at different objects, and we're going to compare whether they're heavier or lighter, okay? So if we look at number 1, we have a pair of scissors, and we're going to look at these objects here. We have a paper clip, a book, and a rubber band. Okay. Which object is heavier than scissors? A paper clip, a book, or a rubber band? And a book would be heavier than a pair of scissors, so that's why the book is going to get a circle around it. Okay, now in number 2, we're going to look at this. There's a notebook here. And we need to figure out which of these objects here is heavier than a notebook. A backpack, a cube, or a pencil. Okay, so the object that's heavier than a notebook would be the backpack. So we'll circle the backpack. Okay. Number 3, we have a marker. You want to think which of these objects is heavier than the marker. Okay, I'm sorry, which object is lighter than the marker? Is the notebook, a paper clip, or a jar of paint lighter than the marker? And the one that's lighter is going to be the paper clip. Okay? The paper clip is lighter than the marker. And then number 4, we have an eraser. And the object that is lighter than an eraser, we have one of those little counters, a red counter, a stapler, or a roll of tape. The object that's lighter than an eraser is a counter. All right. Now on the next page, it's asking us to think of, if we have a book. So I have a book here in front of me. I have a little quack, just a paperback book. And I need to find an object that is lighter than the book. So something I know that's lighter than this book would be an eraser. Okay, so here I have an eraser. So I'm just going to draw my little Easter eraser here. That's lighter than my book, Little Quack. Okay, so this is lighter than a book. And then something that I have in my house that's heavier than this book, Little Quack, something that's heavier, would be a jar of peanut butter. A jar of peanut butter is heavier than a paperback book. So then I'm just going to draw my jar of peanut butter here. Okay. My lid. And I'm just going to write peanut butter here. Peanut butter, a jar of peanut butter is heavier than a book. And an eraser is lighter than a book. On the back page, draw to show what you know about comparing the weights of two objects and tell a friend about your drawing. All right, well, I thought I'd draw a picture of my dog Scooby and my cat Boji. Scooby, he's got floppy ears. Okay, and I'm just going to draw their faces. He has whiskers. He is heavier than Boji. Boji's she's a small kitty. She's petite. So then I'll draw Boji. And then if I was describing the two animals here, I'd say, well, Scooby is heavier than Boji, and Boji is lighter than Scooby. Now it's your turn to think about something, two objects at your house that you could compare their how heavy they are compared to each other. All right, thank you.